all good, even if it looks a little buffy on there. But all right, we're here again.
What's poppin'?
Intro part 2.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, we got Tony in the back here, y'all. He doesn't want to be mic'd up. That's okay. But we're here with one of my good friends here in the Charlotte area, Alyssa. Yes, we're a couple shots in, so please mind us.
Yes. No breakfast, no food.
No breakfast for me either.
Like straight to the drink.
Right. Don't take anything we say too serious today.
No, don't. But
yes.
More importantly, what are we celebrating?
Black History Month.
And that's what I'm saying.
And we can cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's cheers to Black History Month. Now, whether we make our ancestors proud, that's another discussion. But
it's okay.
Regardless, though, we're here today.
Yep.
In Alyssa's beautiful palace.
Thank you.
I would call it.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Home,
Weather is good. Global warming must be real because, my God, it's hot. But anyways, we have a bunch of topics to talk here today, and I just want to hear. So how are you feeling? You good?
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great day, and it's the first. I'm wearing red. I'm bringing a lot of good fortune and good vibes to me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I hope everyone's having a great first.
I love that. Now, tell me. If you're watching this right now, you probably saw this on Alyssa's social media. She's a bit famous.
No, I'm not.
Yes, she is. You see, that's the
Everyone
I'm famous
swears
line.
I am. No, I'm not.
Okay, according to her, she's not. According to us normal people,
famous is too flexible of a term. I don't make famous money. Let's
really?
start there.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
but famous people aren't guaranteed to make money, though. Not all the time.
That's fair, but yeah.
Okay. If I may ask, how did you amass this social media following?
Honestly, it happened through COVID. A lot of people were on their phones. That was really when the phone addiction, I feel like, increased.
Yeah.
We were connected to our phones by the second. I was on TikTok, and I really just used my humor, my assets, my beauty, and I stayed on, like, topic of trends.
Right.
And I just was looking for new and emerging ones. And I just lip synced a video and looked hot and boom.
Okay, fair enough.
Views later and 230,000 followers.
Oh my God. Like Alyssa, she's over humbling herself right now because if I did the exact same shit, I'm not getting even close to the same followers. But I appreciate
being a woman.
Yeah, of course. Women always are.
Pussy is power. Pussy is power.
Oh Lord, here we go. See, she's taking a shot to that already.
That's that drink. I didn't eat breakfast, y'all.
I haven't eaten.
I didn't eat breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, off the topic of social media, right? You talked about COVID. I started podcasting during COVID, and it's like social media now has really changed so much in the past 4 or 5 years.
It has.
To the point where everything is done on there: business transactions, relationships, friendships,
advice.
Advice, everything, finance, and it's like
it's the Google.
Yeah, and it's changing.
That's my Google.
Right, because now girls don't even like Google things. Y'all just watch TikTok.
Yeah, even for relationship advice, even for recipes. What are we gonna eat for dinner? What's the outfit?
Oh my gosh.
You invite someone somewhere, you're like, oh, come over. They're gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Like what to wear to a house. Yeah. Get together, black girl. You gotta always put your race at the end.
Get together, black girl on TikTok.
Black girl. Literally, you have to. You have to.
So I can imagine being on social media as you are and just the way things have changed, almost everything people do in their daily lives is through it. Relationships being a big one. Valentine's Day is around the corner. How do you feel like social media is starting to change the way people do relationships?
Ooh, I feel like everything's for a good picture, for a good video. People are so quick to want to post it and not live in the moment. And I feel like that has shaped even the way how let's just say the traditional man and woman relationship, the man's gonna want to go out and just make a good picture, make the girl happy. Yeah. And the first thing the girl's gonna do is record, want to post it. And then think about it, other envious females are gonna watch that and be like, damn, I wish I had that, or show their man, and then boom, it's a domino effect. Yeah. So think about it, it's nonstop, and we all are easily impressionable. Like, no matter what you say, what we see, it's just how humans are. It's our nature. So seeing it everywhere, Oh my goodness. Like,
Yeah.
think about, I want that hotel with rose petals
Yeah.
and like that's just the standard. It's like every woman wants that. Let me get my flowers.
Once they see that someone else is doing it.
Exactly.
Right? And so it's really,
Exactly.
it's one of those comparison is the thief of joy type of things.
It really is.
Yeah.
And then it's like when it's your turn, you want to post it and be
Yeah.
like, my turn came. Yay. So, you know, social media really does shape our standards. It shapes what we want and our expectations.
How has that changed the way you do relationships with social media?
Ooh. Like my relationship with social media?
Yeah. Like I can give you my example. I'm not really big on posting people like that. And it's not even like partners or family. Like it's kind of everyone, honestly. Like I'll post like friends here and there, but
you've posted me.
Yeah, you like as friends
That's what
here
I'm
and there,
saying.
you feel me? But at the same
It's
time,
gotta be funny.
Yeah,
I'll say,
thank you.
You usually
I take
make
it,
fun of somebody.
Right, I'm always
he
taking
made
it
fun
light.
of me for the record.
There you
He
go.
did
Versus,
post me.
I don't post serious stuff anymore
No,
because I
it's
realize
just a joke.
Yeah,
It's
like
just a
because
joke,
social media,
yeah.
it's not a good place to be taking things serious.
It's not.
And usually when people do take serious, imagine you take something serious on your phone, ends up affecting your real life. And I'm like, bro, that's no way to live. I don't want to be like looking, are they sneak dissing me or
I know.
you know? So I try to keep it really fun.
Look, it is a lot. I've dealt with all of the above, and
Right.
I literally just got out
Yeah.
of that window of dealing with it. So I
Yeah.
get it. You know, it is a lot, and when you go through stuff, people tend to portray on social media, me included. But it just comes from a sense of like growing up and not being childish. Like think about it. If you're
Yeah.
upset about something, you're gonna kind of want to post up there. Or if you're going through something, you might post that relatable quote or something.
Right.
But you know, at the end of the day, if the shoe fits, social media is not real.
It's not.
It's whatever you make out of it. You want to make it a joke, I make it a joke. I'm like, if I'm going to post
Yeah.
something on my main, it's still going to be really fucking funny.
Right.
Or
Not about anything too much.
it might be about
So,
current events or something, yeah.
How has that changed then the way that you do and have expectations in relationships? Because like you said earlier, it's not real, but I feel like a lot of young people our age are taking what they're seeing and saying, if you're not coming like this, don't even pull up. You feel me? And it for me, I'm like, this is crazy. But what do you think?
I don't know. I'm big into like posting my significant other. Some people aren't, but like I am. And I've seen like I feel like I go against the trends. I don't always try to follow them. So a lot of people, like for example, you might not post your significant other. A lot of people do not. They think it brings evil eye. They think it
Right.
brings a lot of bad things to it. There's a lot of reasons that I understand.
Yeah.
But for me, and at the end of the day, I'm with a woman, for example. I want my woman to feel like I know how it feels as a woman. I want my woman to feel shown off, like, you know, we're in private, but you're not a secret.
Yeah.
So, and you know, I believe in evil eye. Like, I got a whole fucking
Oh,
tattoo
shit.
for that
Look
shit.
at you flexing the
like,
tat,
look
right.
at that. But at the end of the day, I know I'm protected. I got God. I got everything.
Yeah.
So, if I want to post you, so be it. Like, enjoy it, shawty. Enjoy it.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Now, you have some other things that you've written here that I think are so interesting. So I'm going to just kind of go through them, right? And hear your thoughts. I'll share mine. Off of social media, off of the situationships that are sort of built off. Because now it's like if someone even likes a story, they're flirting. You feel me?
Don't even get me started,
Right.
right?
Okay,
Exactly.
you must be going through some people like yours. And now I feel like the reading the room thing, like our parents, the way they dated, when I asked my dad, it's like, oh yeah, we went to school together. I used to see him in class. And it was very organic. Now it's becoming, oh, he liked my story. Then he liked the post. Then he followed me.
know.
And like, I'm like, that's a love story today? That's kind of crazy. And it sort of makes this thing where with social media and dating apps, you're constantly seeing new people, right? And you're sort of dating them in a way on social media.
Yeah.
And so you typed here, and I'm saying this because of what you said, is monogamy dead as a result?
So monogamy is being with one person. Is it dead? I feel like social media has shaped that, and just people, their true intentions really come out with social media added too. But at the end of the day, I feel like people have they feel like they have so many options,
Yeah.
and they don't. Like what's right in front of you
Yeah.
versus what's at your fingertips on your phone. The
Two different
the
things.
games on your phone, because that's all what these people are.
Yeah.
It's not real. So monogamy, it's not dead. With the right person, it's not dead.
Okay.
You have to find your match.
Right.
But if you go seeking and come into the hands of the wrong person, it might be.
I'm seeing a lot of people embrace polygamous type of
They
practices.
do. They really do.
What do you think about that?
I think I'm kind of in the middle about it. I would never incorporate it, but I understand why people do. You make rules in your relationship.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
if you allow them to bring that third person on a wild night after a bunch of Don Julio, so be it. It may save your relationship.
Yeah.
So-
To each their own. For me, like you said, for like me,
For
you wouldn't
me,
do it.
I'm
But
too jealous.
Yeah. I couldn't
I
do
am
it.
so easy to claim that. Like a lot of people don't want to live their truth. I am a jealous person.
Yeah, I am
If you're
too.
jealous, don't do that.
Yeah, at
You
all.
have to be extremely secure or just disassociated from the person you're
And
with.
so, off of that, if monogamy is dead, that falls right into marriage, right? Is marriage dead in this generation?
I feel like it's not as common. I feel like every woman wants that, but their mindset and their decisions don't bring them to that.
Explain how.
Just with how far we are from just our standards and what we were grown with, like how you're supposed to be married before you live with someone.
Yeah.
Like that, for example, we're so far away from that. We really are. Like,
whose fault is that? Because I'm sort of debating now with myself. I'm like, okay, our generation doesn't do things like how the older ones did.
Yeah.
But we don't have their circumstances.
No.
Because I'm like, when my dad said I made X K out of college, he drove a Range Rover. I don't. And I make more than what he did when he graduated. And so the circumstances now are sort of like I think people are living with partners just because it's more affordable. You know? Right.
It is more affordable and it's more convenient.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's anyone's fault, but it's a mixture of the generation, the market.
Yeah.
Look at inflation. Look how expensive things
It's
are.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But for me, for example, I choose to live with my partner.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to, but I choose to, and it's more affordable. It helps save some money, and it's good. I mean, it's non-traditional, but it's whatever works for the couple at the end of the day. We really are getting far away from marriage, though. I feel like it's not as common.
All right, you're going to share the woman's perspective. I'll share the male perspective,
Okay.
right? I think a lot of men, when I talk to men and I'm in my circles, it's, bro, we're not getting married because, it's a lot of bread. You know what I mean? Like, I want to buy my wife a house. I want to be able to have these nice things. Every dude I talk to is like, I'm going to figure it out first, then I'm going to find my woman. You see what I'm saying? And I resonate with that to a degree because it's like, no one wants to get married and you got to have the wedding at, you know what I'm saying, the church down the street. No offense to the church down the street, but especially in black culture, we want to have the grandiose, like what everyone's seeing on, whatever. So that's one reason guys aren't getting married. Another one is, it's hard for some brothers to get out of the game. Not going to speak too much on that. Not me, but, some people it's just tough for them to get out. And so for women, what do you think is the contributing factor of why we're not getting married as fast?
Oof. I completely understand guys because a lot of them will straight up ghost. They'll be like, look, I got to get off the grid till I get my money up. Because, women rely on men a lot, especially for the financial side. But as women, I feel like a lot of women depend too much on men. And then they put themselves in a hole to where they can't even afford life with the lifestyle that they want or desire or choose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all about independence. But at the end of the day, I feel like less people are living alone. They have roommates. Yeah. Living is just expensive, like in general. It really is. And for money, I feel like with throwing money into a factor of, sustainability, living, and being in a relationship, why would people not cave into it?
Yeah. And so I want to touch on a couple things you said. Right. You said you understand male's perspective on that, right? of I gotta get my bread. I understand it comes from the traditional provider sense, right?
Yeah.
That historically, men, if you had a job, a decent one, you'd be able to provide for women and children. Now the cost of living is so crazy. There's guys who make six figures who are paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Right? And so do you think that the onus, like, why is there still so much emphasis on this dude needs to earn? I need a guy that makes this. You see what I'm saying? Why do you feel like that's still there in an era where women work as much, if not more?
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, that part just goes back to our ancestors. Like, I feel like since the age of time, we've been told the man is supposed to pay for everything.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of pressure and weight is put onto a man. You have to provide. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, yeah, women, we have thrown ourselves into the workforce just as much. It's a lot of pressure on you guys. Mm-hmm. You guys really have to get your shit together. Like, especially if you want to start dating. Women are expensive.
From days view.
Women are really expensive.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's interesting. And so I guess, what do you feel like is missing in today's culture that you wish people would incorporate more? Because, like, with the social media, how fast it is to get a date today, how fast it is to meet someone new, that's something no generation has ever had.
No.
What do you feel like would make these things a bit simpler for people, or even just better?
Dating apps.
You like dating apps?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm the unpopular opinion. I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with a dating app. I don't like the super traditional ones like Tinder. Mm-hmm. But I can't say that and then be fucking with Hinge. But, like, I fuck with Hinge.
Okay.
I feel like Hinge has a bit more personality up there. Tinder's just for fucking. Like, it's just for...
Right. I've heard that rumor.
Yeah.
I've never been on a dating app. So give me the expose. What gets people... Because I'm like, bro, the way I see dating apps, I'm like, bro, I'll just be on Instagram if I really need to get it to it. You know what I'm saying?
Or LinkedIn. That's the
LinkedIn
tea.
is crazy. That's crazy. I've never.
That's the tea. LinkedIn. People use LinkedIn as a dating app.
LinkedIn as a dating
Yes.
app. I want to applaud the women who are, because you're thinking.
It's
right?
more of the men because they be thirsty.
It's the men.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
And LinkedIn will tell you who searches your name.
Yeah, I'm hip. But that sounds like a whole HR charge waiting to happen. Like,
if you don't work together, no, it ain't.
True. Or if you work for a big company.
Exactly.
You feel me?
And I've seen people try to get on and try to recruit me. So there's opportunities.
Oh, there's opportunities.
Think about it. Your contact pictures up there, and biases are real.
LinkedIn for dating is
Think
crazy.
about bias. People are biased. If you see a pretty woman qualified,
but
why would you not? Like, your heart and your mind is gonna gravitate towards that.
You want that in the office. That's the craziest work I've ever seen in my life, yo.
Y'all give
that explains why I haven't been hired by some people, because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? They don't want me in the office. But anyways. Okay, so tell me then, I'm sorry, I'm flabbergasted right now.
Yes.
LinkedIn? That's insane.
Yes, I've heard people admit it.
LinkedIn, Tinder, Hinge. What other apps are there? Bumble. I've heard
there's
the Bumble stuff.
There's Bumble.
Whatever else is out there. What is making people use these dating apps versus just, I guess, their regular social media platforms? What is the incentive there? Because I heard a lot of them you got to pay, which is crazy.
Think about it. If you want the premium version to know every single click on your page, of course you're going to have to pay for that.
Right.
But if you're in a cheap mindset and a regular person mindset, you're going to download the free app and just use what is available to you. When you download a dating app, there's some sort of seriousness to you, whether if it's fucking or if it's going on a date.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's pretty simple when it comes down to the two.
Swipe left, swipe right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you just have to hope that the intentions are well on our side.
You got to take me through it, because I've met people on both spectrums. I've met people who've gotten into full-fledged relationships off dating apps. I've met people who it's only been business. And you know what I mean by business.
Business.
Straight to business.
Exactly.
You swipe right, they swipe right, y'all match. What is the next step? Is it a DM, or y'all can message each other?
I mean, you can't. Yeah. I feel like when you meet on a dating app,
right,
you can, like, it's probably close. You're probably, like, the next in line to get added to the close friends, right?
Okay.
And then you're more likely to be swiped up on the DMs. And past that, you might just make it straight to the let me get your number phase. So, I mean, when you get the number, it's pretty serious.
That's funny.
But yeah, my experience is pretty good. I went on Hinge.
Okay.
I was told that was a dating app for people that are serious about dating.
That is hilarious.
I went up there talking about something I didn't really want to date, and then got in a whole relationship. So
That is facts.
That's what I'm saying. It's cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to go on a couple dates up there, but I feel like that's a great app.
True.
If you want a lot of meals paid for, like as a woman,
right? So
they go up there just to coast and eat, and I feel you because inflation is high.
Right, because
groceries are high.
That's tricking and finessing, and I'm glad you brought that up. Right. I want to hear the story because I'm like, bro, I gotta keep it a beam. Most of my homies, I'm sorry to my men, I'm out of you guys right now, but they get on the dating apps and they just come back with, bro, I ended up taking her to dinner, and I'd be like, gang, you failed. You feel me? That is not, you missed the whole plot with that. But as a woman, I want to hear some stories. What are the craziest things that you've experienced off dating apps or dates? Like, just tell us a story.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. What app? You got to tell us what app.
So first off,
yeah,
I don't meet with people in real life off of the dating apps.
Really?
I have to really, really, really feel safe or comfortable to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So with my girlfriend, I met her off Hinge, full transparency.
Fair.
And we met because I was on that work trip in New York.
So you just logged on real quick.
Right.
That's when I first met you too. That's
exactly. So that was a very iconic time in my life. Great era. I looked great. I was feeling great. Single. All that.
Remember you had the fro out. Yeah, you was feeling yourself. Absolutely.
Well, no. Hair was straight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hair was straight, but it was poofy.
Yeah.
Right. It was good. Yeah. It was such a great time. And I met my girlfriend by... she came to come see me. Yeah. So, I mean, that was a pretty epic first date.
Right.
But I've dated someone off of Tinder, off of there. And I don't really have any first date experiences. Like, I don't meet with people to go on dates from online. I just don't trust them. Like, not even Instagram. Like, you can't lure on me with a free meal. Like, that's not my vibe. Okay. I've heard plenty of crazy other people, like their first stories, but
let's hear it.
No.
Fair enough.
I just don't. Right? Would you? Think about it. If a girl DM'd you, you know nothing about her. She's in town. Maybe she's not even from the city, and she wants to maybe offer to pay. Or is that weird?
If I was single, I guess. The thought process there for me as a man, most men are like, yeah, I'm good. I'll take care. Like, what, she gonna beat me up? Hell nah. A lot of brothers get set up though. Right. A lot of brothers get set up though that way. So for me, the thought process would be how I'm meeting any stranger on some Facebook Marketplace shit.
Right.
We gonna meet in a public spot where I can see the cars. Yes. And I'm gonna pull up 30 minutes before. I'm gonna pull up early to get the drop on the place, and that's how I sort of go about it.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's what I'm saying.
I will say gender does play a role because as a woman, I'm not meeting with no guy. In a public spot, men can be scary. Yeah. And let's say you don't want to go home with them, or you no longer want to proceed with dating them. Yeah. They will probably 9 out of 10 times take it the wrong way. Yeah. Men do not take rejection well. It's your species. Your species is trifling.
I can't speak for every man. But I can speak for some men, and I want to say I'm most regular men in a way. Okay. When it comes to rejection, I think it's the way women reject guys sometimes.
It can be mean.
Because y'all do too much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It can be mean.
Yeah.
It can be mean.
You feel me? Tony here shaking his head. You guys, a dude will DM you posting the DMs and the damn pictures.
In a photo dump.
Yeah, in a photo dump.
Let me tell you, if you compliment me good enough in a way that makes me feel flattered, like truly flattered, not no corny flattered, you may be in my next
That's the problem. And that's why men don't handle rejection well. Because sometimes y'all take it to another level. When men don't want to talk to a girl, they just duck and dodge her. You feel me? We don't do too much because it's like you never know. She might glow up later. So dudes just... they hold it down. When girls want to reject a guy, they might go tell all her friends, guess who just sent me the... That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? But tell me, Alyssa, some green flags, red flags in dating. What are yours?
Oh, I have a long list.
Oh, Lord.
Right. Green
Give
flags.
us the top ones.
Green
Give us the top ones.
flags.
Yeah.
Successful.
What does success mean? Financial?
No, it doesn't have to be defined with success, but that's a pro.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
if you have that, you're going to be put on a higher pedestal. That's just how it is. Life's not fair. That's it. And then aside from that, I feel like good morals. You may be asked a couple test questions in the meantime.
Okay.
Yeah, women may not directly call it that, but when you're having a casual conversation,
They
there
pick
are
up on
things
things.
being tested. And
Yeah.
if you answer incorrectly,
You
it's
don't make
over.
it to the next round.
You
I'm
don't
great
make
at
it to the
interviews.
next day.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you are a good like bullshitter, if you were really good in college
I know some elite guys.
with BSing, a lot of frat guys will tell you that too. They good at BSing.
A lot of guys who make it through the cracks.
You may
Yeah.
unfortunately come to a really good talker because some people can talk really well in me,
Yeah.
and just the mindset is just not there.
It's part of the game.
Exactly. But overall, I feel like a good morality. You have
Okay.
good morals.
Yeah.
Religion.
Okay.
I mean, most people, it does play a part. Where you live, your living status. If you still live at home, that's negative points. If you're living by yourself,
Yeah. Okay.
you may get lucky.
All
I
right.
don't know.
All right.
But I don't know. It's a lot of different. It's a lot of different
Red flags
qualities.
then. Let's hear the red flags.
Red flags. Starting off with asking for too much. Money, tasks, food.
Time.
If you're asking for too much. Time, not too much. I feel like that shows that you're eager to want to know someone.
But it's a fine line.
It is a fine line.
Yeah.
It
Before
really-
being annoying.
It really
Yeah.
is, but you have to be able to read social cues. If you're not a person that can understand a woman, you may embarrass yourself truly.
I don't know if there's a single man that understood women. Because if we did, Alyssa, you feel everyone would be happily married.
But
and vice
listen,
versa.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. At the
It's
end
a
of the
part
day,
of the game.
At the end
Yeah.
of the day, guys pick up on something, because there's some sort of point. But
Yeah.
no, more red flags. Of course, living at home, possibly not having a job, like you're just like a drug dealer.
Drug dealers be winning though.
It doesn't.
They be. All right, go ahead.
Listen, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's convenient, so be
Yeah.
it. But sustainability, like think about it. How far are you gonna go with that person for real?
Fair
like,
enough.
like I need you to have a real job, like something to some extent.
Okay.
You don't have to be working this 9 to 5, but something. Drive, passion, and just goals. Like
Yeah.
if they're not working towards something in their life,
Yeah.
what are you as a couple gonna go towards? Like seriously, some people just have no drive, and that's okay. I'm extremely goal driven, so in order for you to match me, you have to as well have goals. So that's what I'm saying. It applies to each individual.
Yeah. I like that. I can give you some green and red flags. I guess I could give mine, but I want to represent men in this,
Please.
I really do.
I would like
think
to know.
a green flag that men always are looking for a woman is support.
Yeah.
I notice so many times when I talk to different men is whatever's going on with the relationship that they're in, men typically tend to be very ambitious, have dreams and whatnot. And when you have a woman that supports you, it just makes a world of a difference.
It does.
Versus having one that keeps bringing it back to her. And how do I feel? And we haven't been on a date. And da-da-da-da-da. So a lot of dudes, that nagging comes when they feel like they're not being supported. So I would say even for me, support is a big one. Another green flag, I would take empathy, right? And men and women go through two different experiences, especially black men, black women, we go through two different life experiences. For the most part, historically, it's never been that good for us,
Okay.
right? And so when black women are going through things, black men are going through things at the same time. And instead of fighting each other as we go through them, it's so important for us to kind of stick together. You see what I'm saying? But that requires us to understand things we could never understand about the other.
Right.
Because as a man, there's certain rooms I'm in and certain things I go through that you'll never understand as a woman. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa. Women go through a unique set of experience. And then I wanna bring a fun one in there. Oh, y'all not gonna like this one. But I think a lot of men, they want to know their woman is for them. What do I mean by that? If they go on to Instagram and it's 6 bikini flicks, They like, bro, she might be cooked. I'm not going to speak for me. I'm just going to speak for the general population. I'm for real, Tony. I got to speak for the general population. Some men can get like it's not an insecurity, or maybe you could say it's an insecurity. But people want to.
Oh my gosh! Listen, if you can't handle a bad bitch, don't get one. Don't get one. If she was a bad bitch before you met her, let her continue being what she is. Bikini pictures don't define you.
No, they do not.
Having your ass all over, so what? I do get it. It is about classiness, respect,
it's
and
layers
it gets to a point.
Right, it gets to a point.
But a tasteful amount. I feel like for depending on how hot a woman is, I feel like a man will make its exception. Like if you have a chance with that woman, you might be like, look, what if she has a good morality, a good vibe, a good spirit? You can't read everything through social media.
That is
true. You meet
true.
them in real life and everything may change. Like you don't understand your circumstances.
Okay.
So I feel like overall, a lot of things are subject to change. If a bad enough woman came to you, like serious, you're going to hear it out.
I might listen.
You might.
I may not
That's
follow.
What I'm saying. You don't have to follow, right? It may
Yeah.
be where you draw the line at as an individual,
Right?
But for the
right.
vast majority, if the right spirit comes to them, good energy, good vibe, and you're like, you know what? Other people, they didn't have all these elements, but me and you click, and I'm willing to move past that. And maybe you make boundaries, like don't post like that while we're together. So be it.
You know what's so tough about long-term relationships, friendships, family, anything, is people have a way that they are, and everyone gets used to it. Once you ask someone to change something, all hell breaks loose. Because humans, we're not very good at it, right? Especially if we feel like we're adapting for someone else. In this scenario where you meet the baddie, and she has the Instagram flicks, and she's badder than she's... Man, it's been working for her this whole time. That's how she got you.
Yeah.
The second you ask her, hey, man, if we can just tone it down just a little bit, that's when she says, you're not supporting me. You don't want me to be this. You don't. And I think men and women, we get lost in that communication because the roles can be reversed sometimes, right? The girl may be dating the athlete, NBA player, 82 road games. You know what time it is.
Right.
She says, look, I know you're going to go on your road trips. Just stay out of the strip club. Stay out of the da-da-da. And as soon as you say that, people start feeling like they're being limited. You feel me? And I think that's kind of why people are struggling with commitment. Because people believe that if there's commitment, there's a lack of freedom. You see what I'm saying?
I know.
And for you as someone who's in a relationship, myself as well, I've learned that it's not commitment shouldn't be about you can't do what you want. Commitment and freedom should be about I do what I want, but I'm always thinking about my person, right? In the context and how they may feel and evaluate that. What do you think about that?
I feel like you have to think about your partner with every action you do. I mean, there's repercussions for all of it. So at the end of the day, you have to just be mindful of that and things that may trigger them. It's super individual based. Like you know. So that's it. I mean, I agree with you. I feel like you really do have to think about your partner.
Yeah.
And you're not as free as you may have been before, but that's what you signed up for.
Yeah. And communication is everything.
Communication is everything. A lot of people lack it. None of us are perfect. But it's just about understanding each other. Like, you're not going to come from the same backgrounds, from the same upbringings. But at the end of the day, there's so much elements that come to successful communication. And a lot of people lack it. So if you have patience, if you're willing to learn, you can really hear someone out or even heal them.
Yeah.
There's some parts where you can really see someone grow from. So I don't know. It's about transparency. If you can deliver bad news well, you can fix it.
Absolutely. I like that. I'm glad you said that. And so we have some extra topics up here I wanted to get through. It's soft life versus hard life. I've seen this shit all over social media. Soft era, hard life. Tony's here laughing in the background. I'm like, what the hell are women talking about when they say this? And I love the fact that you actually explained it. You broke it down. Because I had to read through it and sort of understand it. soft
and
life
I was
is
typing on my phone,
right.
so there's hella typo.
Right. So soft life, prioritizing that peace, living in your femininity. I hear that too.
Yeah.
Choosing pleasure over struggling, and then there's hard life, right?
You gotta be a gangster. You gotta put that armor on. Like women try to act like undefeatable. And I'm like, we're all here for the same reason, to love. So why are we being so hard on one another?
Right. So I'm confused. What does it mean to be in your soft girl era? What does it mean to be in your hard girl era? Can you be at both at the same time? Is there another era that a girl can be in? Do men have these?
Yes, men have them. I feel like you guys go through your phases. So as you mature, I feel like there's something that clicks in your head and you're like, maybe I don't have as many options as I thought I had. Maybe I should start prioritizing one female. I really fuck with shorty. And then, you start healing a little bit. You start realizing why things piss you off. You start understanding your boundaries as an individual, things that you don't tolerate, just your morals. And there's like, look, there's certain stuff I can hear somebody out with. And then there's certain stuff where I draw the line at. So I don't know, it comes from a space of just understanding yourself. Because every single person has different rules. There's certain things I allow that you may not allow.
Okay.
So you just have to be honest with yourself and come from a place of like growing up. So it's just about like really being honest, understanding yourself, coming from that space of healing, like true inner healing.
Okay.
And then you can truly be like soft, but also understand your boundaries.
For women, which one is it? Like, is this like a continuum for soft girl, hard girl era, if that makes sense?
Like, does it go on throughout your life?
Yeah, does it just...
I think so.
Right, ebbs and flows.
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I think it's like a roller coaster ride. Like, for me, if I hit a certain point where I'm like broken, I'm gonna want to be in my hard girl era. I'm gonna be guarded. I'm gonna be protected. I'm not gonna want to talk about certain things, or certain things may trigger me. Like, it's coming from a place of where, look, I may not exactly be healing right now, but I'm protecting myself.
Right.
Like, your guards are always up. You may get in a lot more arguments. Like, it's just a lot going on.
Does the soft girl and hard girl thing, is it induced by societal pressures? So does it come from things have not been going really well, I need to sort of protect myself right now? Or is it, do you pick and choose? Like, explain it to me if you can.
At the end of the day, everything's influenced by social media. By anyone that has social media downloaded and scrolling, you are influenced to some extent. So, of course, it's with societal pressure, what's trending, what you see on your For You page. But it's also you as an individual. Like, you may not like to argue. You may not want to be in a toxic thing. Like, some people just don't feed into all of that energy that gets thrown at them. So, I don't know. It's really based on the individual and how well you can navigate through hard personalities.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for explaining that. That's always been something that's confusing to me, at least. And I'm sure a lot of men who've watched this have also thought the same thing.
Right.
But let's see, we have some additional topics to finish up on. And so you have couples therapy in here, right? You said, why are couples ashamed of couples therapy? And so I can give a black perspective on this. Right, black people see therapy as one of those things. When we're going to therapy, that means something's wrong.
Right.
And black people, we just don't really want to admit all the time that something's wrong.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
We may not just want to talk about it.
We don't even want to talk about it.
Life be lifing. We all have our own world and bubble. And sometimes people don't want to open up.
They don't. And especially in our community, it's one of those things where don't ask Pop about that. You feel me? He has something going on. Don't even bring it up. And so when you said, why are couples ashamed of couples therapy? It's interesting because now you're in a relationship with the person who you should be the closest to. And y'all don't even want to go to it. And I'm not going to fade. I'm one of those people. I'm like, why the fuck are we going to therapy?
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm the polar opposite.
Okay.
So at a point, I had that mentality and I was like, I don't want to talk to a shrink. I don't want to open up. and I don't want to discuss any of our private issues because it's between me and you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, some stuff is bigger than the both of y'all. Let's be so real. There's some arguments you may think in the back of your mind, like, we may never come to a common ground about.
Yeah, that's true.
We are two different personalities trying to be in one relationship, and you're going to have obstacles. That's how life goes. Sometimes you need to talk to a shrink.
Yeah.
Like, they can really just dissect the problem you're going through and simplify it and make you look at it through a different perspective. And then you may approach the problem completely different.
And they'll help improve that communication.
They really
assume.
can. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you need help directing what is your love language, how do you deal with conflict, or even some internal things you're dealing with. Like, I feel like a shrink can really help pinpoint things you may overlook because we're not perfect.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
fair. See, that's a great explanation as to why to go.
Yeah.
From an ignorant perspective, guys are like, why the fuck am I talking to this shrink when I
They're
should
expensive.
just be talking to
They're
and they cost
too.
money.
That's
right.
what I'm saying. Let's start there. Basically, you're going to think about the cost. It is expensive.
Yes.
But think about it. If you have a great job,
We have benefits. Me and you have benefits.
right, and our
gonna
benefits
have to
pay
go.
for
Yeah.
therapy.
Right.
So the end. That's what I'm saying. Check into your job. Maybe your
Yeah.
job pays for therapy. There's different things that qualify. But think about it. If you didn't have to pay for therapy, because it can be as much as like $150, $300
A
an
session.
hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
That's insane.
That's what I'm saying. And I only use 1 hour.
Right.
But job pays for it.
Yeah.
So if your job pays for it, so be it.
Yeah. I've never
Try
been to
it.
therapy. I've always wondered what I would unpack if I went. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I think sort of the way men go about life, we always just say, I'm okay. And we just keep
You
going.
guys do.
Yeah,
but that's
and-
the thing. It makes it makes it into a bomb.
Right. It can turn into something on the back end. But at the same time, I wonder, especially because I'm very religious as well. So I feel like, is that how I'm getting my own therapy? Maybe through that. And even through podcasting, I
It
feel like
can
it's
be.
a therapy of sorts.
It can be.
People-
you
yeah.
can get your therapy through the
Other
Lord.
mediums, yeah.
Right, through church. All the above.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Another topic you have on here, AI dating advice. Where the
Yeah.
fuck did this come from? Yeah.
It came from, I will say I use ChatGPT for a lot of things.
Alyssa.
And sometimes I will come to ChatGPT about my problems.
Alyssa, stop
to get
it.
an unbiased,
Yeah.
very by the rule, like flat, neutral response. Because I'm
Okay.
I'm tired of humans, period.
And so you're using AI to help you figure out
Navigate through a problem. Sometimes I will explain every
Yeah.
detail, and
every single detail. Does it give good answers on that?
I think it gives great.
I've heard of guys using ChatGPT for DMs. You know what I'm saying?
But
Give me a
also-
creative way to talk to
Let
a
me
woman
tell you,
through.
there's no limit.
This is insane.
To ChatGPT, and I'm actually gonna give Kevin a receipt of
Can
some
I
stuff.
read this out loud?
Let me. It's
Or
okay.
do you want to read any parts? Are there any parts you'd like to share?
Look, I'm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna have him just describe the topics
Right.
that I look up. You can read the topics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like me and ChatGPT have a great relationship.
That's
You
interesting.
can read it. You can read it out loud.
Okay. I can read this out loud. Fake friends and envy. Palm chart origins or chant? Palms chant origin? I'm confused. there.
Oh, when you do palms up, palms down, palms
Oh,
together,
okay.
palms apart. That's some
Right.
cult shit. And they'll make them sing that like 8 hours straight.
Okay, this is advice directly from ChatGPT. It's called relationship miscommunications and what? What is the T? Okay.
I don't know what it's gonna say.
Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Are you sure?
I don't know
Okay.
if it has names. No.
No, I'm not going to read your things, right? So ChatGPT said, it sounds like you're dealing with a tough situation where miscommunication and differing expectations have created tension in your relationship. Here's how you might approach the situation. Acknowledge your own actions and feelings. Talk to your partner. Address things with your family. That's crazy. With your family? Set boundaries between family and partner.
Listen, I feel like I gave you a lot of intel on
You
AI
did.
dating
You
advice.
did.
You can go to AI about anything. You can ask it for advice. Think about it. You're going through a hard situation.
Yeah.
You can't talk to a shrink,
Yes.
but you want an unbiased opinion, and maybe you don't want to inform your friends. You're like, look, I don't want to talk to anyone about it.
No, facts.
What if I want it to be a quick little chat? Try it. Like, you don't know what it'll answer, and it gives pretty good advice. It's unbiased. It's like, look, maybe you should check yourself. Sometimes you need to hear that. You're like, well, what is it that I said? And then you can, run it through.
That's funny that potentially computers can solve dating for us. That's kind of funny.
Maybe.
All right. Another topic, because we're going to start rapid firing here. What? Are influencers changing sex education more than schools? What did you mean in this one?
I feel like influencers and just people that we watch a lot, they have a lot more influence on us.
Yeah.
They can make us change our opinions, standards, morals, things
Okay.
that we want, all the above.
All right.
So it was more like open-ended.
I'm glad that it is open-ended. When you say sex education, I always tell people the first sex education I ever got before my parents had the talk with me.
The birds and the bees.
Right. Was my
The birds and the
friends
bees.
at a sleepover at 10 years old pulling up 2 girls, 1 cup. That's just how it happened. And that's when I began to learn about sex. And unfortunately, most kids just learn about sex through porn. That's just like almost every kid.
Oh.
You ask them when was the
That
first time you
is
said it, and they're like,
true.
yeah, I watched a porn video when I was
I never
11.
thought about it like that.
I'm telling you. So
that
then
is really true.
it's very true. And it sets the expectations
y'all.
for intimate relationships.
Oh my gosh. I just
Yeah.
thought about that's so true.
I'm saying. So when you say influencers, I'm like, you're right. Influencers are the ones who inform everyone and set the
They
expectation
do.
when in reality that's not real.
Are you?
This flows right perfectly into the next topic, sex work and decriminalization. Where are we now? I think this is so interesting because they say prostitution is the oldest profession ever.
Right.
And in Nevada in the United States, it's legal. For the rest of the United States, for the most part, it's illegal. Right?
Yeah.
What are you, pro prostitution, pro sex work, anti? There's places like Amsterdam. Have you been to Amsterdam? I have, not in a brothel,
I
but
haven't. I didn't
What?
go to Amsterdam. I am pro sex work. Am I pro prostitution? No. I think that there's
what's
different.
the difference? Yeah.
So there's different ways of how you can make money. So think about the sex work.
OnlyFans. Is technically
OnlyFans
sex
is
work.
not in person, but it's technically sex work. Prostitution is in person and doing the do.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. That's 2 different acts. Think about selling money behind your phone or
Yeah.
giving yourself in person.
Right.
That's
Completely
2 different things.
Yeah.
So sex work can be defined by a whole bracket
Mm-hmm.
of different brands, different like ways of defining that. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I feel like it comes down to what you do and if you're morally okay with doing it. Like,
Yeah.
is the money justifiable?
Yeah.
Can you live with that? Okay.
Yeah. And it's interesting.
There should be no discrimination. Yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think it's interesting because you say where are we now, and I'll be watching these documentaries on YouTube like Tommy G and these other guys, and most cities have sex work. You feel me? Going on. There's pimps, there's hustlers,
Everywhere,
etc.
even in the
Yeah,
club, in your
exactly.
everyday club.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
They are disguised.
Yeah, in Atlanta, strippers
Even-
literally telling them, "I make this much today. If you buy
Exactly.
me out, you know what I'm saying?"
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So with that, even think about like promoters. They're intertwined with all that shit.
Yeah, they are.
So it doesn't matter. Like whatever you're okay with doing individually is your own business.
Yeah.
Is it right? You got to come to a place to grow to determine that.
It's interesting because I don't want it to get entangled with sex trafficking, right? Because that's where people you can go that way in that conversation. But I think countries that regulate it do a good job at protecting everyone. because then it's the regular STI testing and the regular da-da-da-da, and making sure, okay, if you do participate in it, you know what the stakes are. You feel me? Thailand, ironically, I was talking to my girl about it the other day. That's an interesting place that has a lot of sex work. Next topic, celebrities in sex scandals.
I know.
This is interesting because there's Diddy right now. Jeffrey Epstein
Diddy
just passed.
Yeah, and then like I'm watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
I know, but it's good, and that's what I'm saying. I'm all up into it, and it's just because it's interesting. Because it's like, why would you sell a video of yourself showing all of your holes for a couple dollars?
I think Kim K would have a good explanation.
The money runs out,
and
then you're left with the rest of explaining.
I like what you said, though. You said, why do we care so seriously?
Why do we care? I mean, think about it. It's a regular person. They bleed, I bleed. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a regular ass person. It's just interesting when it's like intertwined with someone juicy. Yeah. But think about it. Why do we care so much? Like, we don't.
Well, if you think about it, and this is some conspiracy Illuminati type, but celebrities set the trends. If
think about Kim K in the BBL era.
That's what I'm saying. So, and it's a weird concept, but that's just kind of where we're at in our society, where whoever has the followers and is perceived to have money at the time, they can set the trend for a lot of stuff. Because even like bottle culture, you feel me? Guys like Bossman D-Lo, they're setting the trend. Like when you pull up to the club, you pull up like this. If you don't, you're lame. And the girls, they sort of buy into it. So it's a whole thing. Because I'm not gonna lie, I get caught up in celebrity stuff sometimes too.
I feel you. But you have to distinguish it from the regular life that you live. What is your salary? You have to humble yourself. What is your salary? What do you make?
Oh, Lord.
Why are you keeping up with these rappers? Do you make rapper money?
Right. If you
That's
don't,
what I'm saying. People want to live this high expectation that they're living in all of this money, but money runs out.
It does. And you can't take it when you die.
Right. Are you going to go to the ABC store or are you going to go to the fucking club and spend $400 on a bottle?
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. People do it just to show off. It's not... there's nothing genuine behind that. And you don't win brownie points with a woman.
No. Well, I don't know, there's some women that...
The ones that don't take you serious.
Yeah, hopefully not.
The ones that truly care about you don't give a fuck.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, tell me, Alyssa, we're here. We're an hour in. We've covered a lot of topics already now. Many. And I'm glad we have. Tell me, what else is on your mind?
Man. I feel like something we briefly talked about but didn't go into is about baby daddies.
Oh, Lord. Let's hear the baby daddies, baby mama.
And having sugar daddies.
Sugar daddies and baby daddies. Yeah.
Sugar daddies
she's going straight for the... Okay, let's hear it.
So I'll talk about baby daddies. I feel like things are very sticky. And that requires you to entangle yourself into a person forever. Some people get so caught up in that fact alone that they're like, I don't ever want to stop being with this person. So, that may incentivize that. But other than that, I feel like sugar daddies are just, you're always going to have them in the back of your mind. Like, think about it. There's no decision you make that doesn't deal with them in some way. Like, that's an obstacle you have to work through no matter what.
Right. I want to ask you, because I actually put it in here. I didn't bring it up. But the finesse culture, right? So I have a lot of women who are friends of mine, and I've seen some women are really good at taking advantage of guys who are willing to spend. So when you bring up sugar daddies, right? If a dude, like, I'm keeping it a bean. If a woman came up to me and said, "Here's $500, go get you," I'm gonna go get mine. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, right?
You gonna go get what?
No, I'm not gonna get my nails done. But you know what I'm saying? That sounds crazy.
What you
No, I'm not gonna go get my nails done. But I'm saying, if a woman said, if a woman just came up to me and gave me $500. Because you look good, I'm gonna take those $500. I mean, like, I truly understand it, but you know what I'm saying. So then, when women are like, "Yeah, I got this dude sending me bread," from us regular men out there who don't participate in that, We're like, what
That's
the
a sugar
heck?
mama.
We're like, what the hell is going on?
That's a
These guys are
sugar
just
mama.
giving you 1,500, 2 bands. You going on
Sugar
trips.
mamas are just as good though. Y'all hit the jackpot.
No, but
if
I'm
y'all-
talking about sugar daddies though. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Sugar daddies are a fucking blessing.
right, but I'm saying as a woman, what is your perspective when it comes to that? Because you know there are those guys who are sugar daddies and they expect some sugar when it comes time, right? And when that happens,
my
it turns into a
gosh.
whole other debacle.
Y'all, listen.
Uh-huh.
Don't meet them in person. If you just have a fucking phone relationship, then it's all good in the fucking hood. If you have a relationship that can understand that, maybe you send them 30%. I don't know. Work out some fucking numbers with your partner. Maybe they'll hear you out and be okay with it.
Okay. Can you? And I guess like, you just answered it. You can have sugar daddies and sugar mommies in the
Yes.
context of a relationship if you guys communicate about
If you
it.
communicate.
Okay.
Don't keep
That's fair.
secrets. Just talk to
Yeah.
them about it. Maybe ask them a hypothetical. What would you think about this?
Right.
Would you be okay with it? Right. What
Oh
if I
my
sent you
gosh.
$50 when you go to the store?
See, I don't like that
No.
only because money is so coercing for people. Think about it. A lot of people wouldn't do a lot of things, but when you put money, people will be like, I'd never do that. You say $1 million and everything goes out the window.
It is coercive.
People say I would never do that. You say, and even people say $1 million. I'm like, guys, even $1,000 for some people that might change a month or two for them, which might maybe get them on a better track. So I'm like, money is so coercing. When I think about sugar daddies, sugar mamas, as much as I see, hey, someone's giving you money, why not? There's always something on the other end of it that makes it. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you don't meet them in person, but there's girls who do, who
There are
entertain.
girls that do, and they
yeah.
do the whole 9 yards.
Right.
Think about it. They do everything you're probably thinking of. But
Yeah.
that's their own standard. Like, if they choose to do that, so be it. It's a good topic.
Yes, it was great. It was great.
Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram,
She doesn't need any more followers. I do,
Instagram,
guys. Follow me, please.
TikTok,
Yes. All
and
those things.
yeah, just
Yes. And hopefully we do this again.
support. That's
Hopefully
what I'm
we do this
saying.
again,
We
so,
got this.
Absolutely.
We got this.
I appreciate you guys. Check you guys later.